Money FM 89.3, the best of Saturday mornings. Singapore Homebrew on Money FM 89.3.
The Singapore Council of Women's Organization is celebrating its 45th anniversary. They have their gala next Friday here at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, and also announcing their Singapore Women's Hall of Fame, doing the induction ceremony at that time. It is a milestone that offers a narrative about the significant contributions to advancing gender and equality in women and empowerment in Singapore. Of course, International Women's Day was just a week ago. Joining us now in the studio to talk a little bit more about that is Koh Yan Pin, the CEO of the Singapore Council of Women's Organizations. Good morning, Yan Pin.
Good morning, Glenn. Morning, Neil.
Good morning. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, it's great to have you with us. Give us a little bit more about what the SCWO does kind of on a weekly basis.
Well, SCWO, we are a non-profit organization, but essentially our primary role is to function like an umbrella body for all the women organizations and women groups in Singapore.
How many are there?
We have more than 60 women organizations who are part of our network. And altogether, we all represent about close to 600,000 women in Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's quite a big group of us, but there are also other community groups out there who are championing women causes who are not part of our member. Mm-hmm. But we all work together. It's a whole ecosystem effort.
Is it working women? Is it women who are not homemakers? Is it
the whole range?
What is
it's a whole range. Yeah. So we have women who are looking to come back to work. We have women who are maybe looking at retirement. We have women who are in the older age group. We have the younger group. So it's very wide ranging. We have groups who are professional women groups as well. We like the women lawyers, women doctors, women in sustainability and environment. So we have all those emerging sectors where there are more women leaders, and they are also forming their own community and association to champion for women. We also have groups that are more community service based. So they look at helping single moms. They look at helping women who are maybe victims of domestic abuse. Basically, any women who need help and assistance, they probably can find one of our member organization, and get the help that they need. So that's one of the primary role and the reason why we were set up in 1980 back then, because already at that time, I think there were a lot of movement on the ground, championing for women's rights. And then at that time, a group of women leaders came together and said, I think it's about time we try to unify these efforts, and we should form an organization that can do that. And that's how we were formed in 1980, and to now from 15, we have grown to over 60.
Lovely. As a proud son of a single mother, I love everything you do. I think your advocacy work is fantastic. Give our listeners a sense of what SCWO does day to day. Maybe an example of one of the organizations you may work with and help facilitate what they need to do.
Yeah, so we do a wide range of things as well. I mean, programming-wise, we have programs that looked at helping women in terms of leadership. So we do run programs like the Board Agenda program, which is a program that we have been running since 2011.
Yeah, that's a good one. I know a lot of people that have taken part in that.
Yes. So this year is actually the fifth year of the mentorship program under Board Agenda. We are actually just launching the new batch of applications. So any of the ladies are interested in coming into the program to get some mentorship to help them to be ready for board roles, I think this is the right time. So can go and look up Board Agenda under SCWO. That's one program that we're running. We also run programs. The program that you highlighted earlier, Glenn, was the Hall of Fame, the Singapore Women's Hall of Fame. We're inducting the new batch of inductees next Friday. But this initiative actually also, we started it in 2014. Actually, it originated from a wall. We had a wall in 2005 in our own building. A wall that gives recognition to some of these outstanding women who have made contributions in Singapore. And the wall grew and grew. And we have no more space on the wall. In 2014, it became a hall. So we have a Hall of Fame now. And we inducted 192. With this Friday, it will be 198.
So you went from a wall to a hall. Pretty soon it'll be a floor, and then a building.
I hope so. A whole district. So that's another one of the big programs that we do, and the whole Hall of Fame. The idea behind it is to let's recognize women, and let's not just only talk about forefathers. there's a lot of former mothers as well.
yes.
There's a lot of women who played a big part in nation building, who played a big part in contributing to the different community. Yeah, so that's the aim. And through these stories of the women in the Hall of Fame, the other objective that we had is to use them to inspire the younger generation, and especially girls. I mean, well, boys included as well. To let them know that gender stereotypes, that shouldn't exist anymore in the future. Women can do anything. You can have women pilots. You can women scientists, women sports, very outstanding sports women, so that they can excel in all fields. So that's another angle that we're focusing on through the Hall of Fame, but we do it through a program called the Project Awesome. It's an initiative that goes out to the schools, goes out to the community. We've worked with different partners. We've actually worked with National Library as well. We've worked with the National Children's Museum. So different community groups as well to bring stories of these women in the Hall of Fame to a level where the children can understand. And through games, activities, to get them to identify what are the values that these women exhibited, and then how they can learn from that, and then inspire them to go on their own journey as well.
Yeah, I can't praise that enough. I was at Serangoon Gardens Secondary School on Monday, and they had your book. I think it's called Awesome Women.
Yeah.
They had it on display for International Women's Day.
Yes.
Maybe you could tell our listeners a bit about that book, because I went to that book launch. It's a fabulous book, and I know it's part of the curriculum now. I know they use it in primary and secondary schools, and it's become a real staple of Singapore education, as it should be.
Yeah, we're really happy that we managed to actually push out this book. This book is called The Awesome Women of Singapore. We have the stories, not all 198, because at that point when we published the book, I think we had about maybe 140 of them. But they are written in a way that is a simplified version for children to understand, and they were all nicely illustrated. It's a children illustration book, so we had illustrators who came in and do the drawings of all the women. So it's a book that we encourage schools, we encourage educators, parents to get a copy, and then you can use that. Use it as a bedtime story if you like, or we do storytelling in the libraries and communities using that book as well. So I'm glad you saw it at that school there. Yeah,
it's a great book.
Yeah, we're talking to Koh Yan Ping, the CEO of the Singapore Council of Women's Organization, celebrating their 45th anniversary, including their gala dinner next Friday night at the Ritz. Give us a report card on the challenges that women are still facing in Singapore today. How are we doing in Singapore? We know that you talked about Board of Gender initiative earlier. We know that women are still underrepresented on boards, not only in Singapore, but across Asia as compared to North America or Europe. But give us a report card. What's going on in Singapore? How are we doing with women and women's rights, and what still needs to be done?
Well, it has been a journey for Singapore, definitely. We must, first of all, of course, acknowledge that there has been progress. And one good thing is that, for Singapore, our women are, in a way, highly educated. A lot of us, we have bachelor's degree, we go to university, we have ability to enter into the job market, we have good jobs. But the challenge is, when you have a family or when you start having caregiving responsibility, you still see women dropping out or opting to take a back seat, and say, hey, maybe family first, So that is still an obstacle.
It's a challenge around the world.
It's around the world. Yeah. So we still see that in Singapore. And of course, the whole idea of this gender roles, and a lot of the norms that we see in our society where women still tend to be the primary caregiver, it's hard to overcome this.
Do we see that more in Singapore than we might in the West? Let's say, are men more
That's a
involved?
loaded question.
Yeah.
No, but are men more involved in other, in Western countries, for example, than they might be here in doing the family? We know that there are a lot of men very involved in their families here in Singapore. Right?
I think you have one right here.
But But I mean, on balance, do we see less men involved in the home life, or is there any way to quantify that?
Well, I cannot quantify that, and I think I cannot speak for other parts of the world. It's not fair for me to speak on that. But I think in Singapore, I must say, we do start to see the shift in the younger generation, right? And I think these are all efforts that, the past 20, 30 years of efforts that has gone into trying to change society mindset.
So
about
it's
roles.
It's on the right trajectory.
It's on the right trajectory. And that's why we still need to continue to do is, we have to continue to push, like using our programs to tell the younger generation, to tell the younger people. Yeah. And I unfortunately still hear stories. I have moms coming to me to tell me as well, even dads as well, saying, they get stereotyped. there are people giving them the look. Even for men, sometimes if they want to take the parental leave or they have to, I'll tell the boss that I need to do something emergency, like my family. And then the husband, sometimes feel uncomfortable saying that because the bosses or the colleagues might feel like, why are you the one doing this? Right. Like, I had a story just a few days ago, or was it last week, that a mom came out and told me she got a call from the school. And, the husband got a call from the school. And the husband had to take the emergency. And the boss said, where's your wife?
There you go.
Why are you the one going? Like,
You've
so the first thing was, where's your
encapsulated a
wife?
culture,
Yeah.
a patriarchal culture in one line.
Yeah.
Where's your wife?
Yeah.
Still got a long way to go.
We still have a
To
long
Glenn's
for
point.
that on that point in terms of what more we need to do. So mindset is something that will take time, and I think we are on the right track, but we are not there yet. Yeah.
I mean, you do wonderful work. You've changed the life of hundreds, if not thousands, of Singaporean women. Give us one or two stories that have inspired you. You've engineered real change for an individual or a community.
I think we, SW, I think we are fortunate that we have the ability to, influence and help some of these women who are really at a point in time. I think it's a very dark period for them because we run a Star Shelter, which is a crisis shelter, and we see the women coming in. They are really in bad shape. But we have really good stories of women who having come through the shelter, and we've been able to work with them through interventions of counseling or therapy, or even helping them to pick up new skills, build their confidence. Because there are a lot of them who come in without a skill set. They have been trapped at home, right, because of the abuse. They've been isolated. Right, they have no support system. They have no friends. They basically rely only on the spouse, and they've been treated very badly. So they have totally no confidence.
So they're financially trapped by the spouse.
Trapped as well. Yeah. So it's like physical, mental, financially, they're abused. So when they come in, we work with them, and some of them really have done amazing. They had an amazing journey of recovery. We've seen a few of them, who went on to even becoming what we call ambassadors for us right now. Yeah, to advocate for violence against women, and some of them started their own side businesses. Some of them started their own journey of going on to different careers and being able to now support their own family, their own children. They've gained that confidence. So there's this one lady that came into our shelter back then as well. So similar situation, similar background, and she picked up baking as a hobby, as a skill while she was with us, and now she's running that baking business, and we're really, really proud of her. And whatever opportunity we have, we will try to promote her baked goods as well, because they are really yummy. They're really good. Yeah.
And she's managed to break away from whatever issues she had before.
Exactly. She did. Yeah. And a lot of them had to be encouraged. We had to really, really encourage them to step away from their marriage, which is really toxic and unhealthy for them. A lot of them were not able to do it on their own.
And in those moments, do you bring in counsellors and therapists? Is that how it works?
Yes, yes, they have to go through that as well. So there's a lot of support from the peers as well, because when they come into the shelter, they see other women who have similar experiences, and they just find strength in each other. Yeah, and then that's how it works.
Let's finish off on talking about initiatives, policies, things that you might be working with the government on to actively support, enhance women's rights in Singapore. What's on the docket right now? What are you working toward? What are you pushing for going forward?
We are currently, of course, anticipating the workplace fairness legislation, the bill to be passed.
And what is that?
It looks at really. It talks about not being able to discriminate. You should not be discriminating. Okay, so no discrimination at the workplaces, whether is it based on gender, or is it based on age, or is it based on race. So it's a I would say it's like an anti-discrimination law for us in Singapore, and we've never had that in the past. And we know why this is important, because discrimination is a big issue for a lot of the women at the workplaces, right? You get discriminated, maybe whether it's just by your gender alone, or because you are a mother, you have to take time away from work, or you have elderly parents to take care of, so caregiving responsibilities, even your marital status, this can become factors or reasons why you might get discriminated against, and we see a lot of that in the workplaces over the years, but they may not necessarily be reported You can imagine if you are one of them. I mean, I was one of the victims myself. Back then, I think like 10, 15 years ago, when I had my first kid. And it was very scary because you don't know what's happening, right? And you don't know who to turn to. And we had no such legislation in the past. But now we're going to see this legislation being passed, and employers will now be held accountable for it, right? And there will be recourse available, and there will be protection in this legislation. We've fought for that, to have protection against people who make the report, because you don't want any form of retaliation, because that's the worst thing that can happen, right? Yeah. So we are working with the policymakers. I mean, we're giving our inputs. You know, we have been through a few rounds of consultation, so we're anticipating that. But at the same time, I think we feel that, you know, laws and policies are just, it's well and good. But at the end of the day, it's really about the people. It's about the employers, your co-workers, the people that you work with on a day-to-day basis. And even if, let's say, you are a victim or you are somebody who saw an incident happen, you should still have the support, the encouragement, and the assurance that, you know, you can stand out. You can stand up for this person. You can say something about it. And of course, there's a lot of emotional, traumatic experience that the victim will go through. So that's also another area that I think SCW is now looking into, to see whether or not we can also come in to support some of these victims, because it's a very traumatic experience for people who have gone through it.
Yeah. So just to recap, finally, you're helping to change legislation for anti-discrimination in the workplace. You're setting up shelters. You're producing books, you've got education awareness programs, you've got board member programs. It's a lot of stuff, and it needs money.
Yeah.
So how do people get in touch, donate, do something positive? How do they get involved?
So we are doing a big fundraising event next Friday. Of course, it's in conjunction with our 45th anniversary. The theme is Powering Change. So I think we all need to do our part to power change for women in Singapore. So I would definitely encourage people to come and support us. You can make a donation to SCWO in support of the different causes and the programs that we have. And to do that, you just simply go to our website, look for our 45th anniversary Powering Change.
Which is, what's the website?
scwo.org.sg.
scwo.org.sg.
You see it right there on the main page. That's a 45 years of Powering Change campaign that we're running right now.
Wow. Ko Yan Ping, thank you so much for being with us today, the CEO of the Singapore Council of Women's Organizations. Happy anniversary, 45th.
Thank you.
And have a wonderful gala next Friday night.
Yes, thank you so much.
To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.